Hi, Chris Jerry here. Wanted to talk today about education. If you've got kids at school, you've been to school, you're a grandparent with grandkids at school, or you're thinking about sending people to school, education is important for you. And currently, we seem to be experiencing a bit of a crisis in this country. Now, when we talk about national crises, so like with the NHS and one of the many crises we have going on at the moment, it's easy to lose track of the local. And what I wanted to share with you was a report in this week's West Sussex County Times. It's the results of a survey of teachers in West Sussex. They've been surveyed by Unison, who is the union representing teachers, and it was looking at morale and how teachers felt about their job and how they felt about education. It doesn't make very good reading. The title kind of sets the scene. It says, the title is, "There's only so far you can push staff before they reach breaking point." That's not really where people should be when they're educating children. People should be fresh, motivated, full of good ideas, setting the imagination of the children alight. They shouldn't be near breaking point. And it goes on to say, 2/3 of those people polled said staff morale had dropped. More than 3/4 said their own workloads had increased, while almost half had noticed an increase in stress and health problems. Doesn't really sound how schools should be run, does it? Really, kind of the root of this is the way schools are run and the way schools are funded. In West Sussex, the schools in our county are 148th in funding terms out of 151 local authorities. So here in West Sussex, our schools are some of the worst funded in the country, or some of the worst funded in the country. The effects of that are that schools are having to axe support staff. They can't give as much attention to children with additional special needs. In many cases, they don't even have the resources to actually diagnose special needs. Obviously, you hear a lot about dyslexia. Dyslexia needs to be properly diagnosed and properly assessed. And if the school doesn't have the facilities to actually investigate an individual child's case, that child is not going to get the help that it needs. And this crisis also plays out in results. Let me quote, in 2016, only 45% of the county's 11-year-olds made the grade. That's the Year 6 assessment. They made the grade in reading, writing and maths test, compared to a national average of 53%. So less than half, substantially less than half, West Sussex kids are leaving school below the expected level of expectation for their age. It's hardly surprising when the recommended number of children in a class should be no longer more than 30. In some cases there are 36 children in a class, and in some extreme cases 40 kids in a class. If you've got a teacher who is near breaking point, a third more kids than you should have in a class, it's no wonder the standards are going to drop and things are not going to be done so well. This is not the fault of teachers. Every teacher I've ever spoken to has been extremely dedicated. They want to do a good job for their kids. They want their kids to have good outcomes. This comes from the top. This comes from government. The government continually, in response to items like this, says there's more money in the system, and as if somehow this is the fault of those people who have to administer it at a local level. Yeah, there may be more money in the system, but there isn't enough. The population's gone up. The government has persisted in funding free schools, and every time a free school is funded in an area, that money comes out of the budget for other schools. That's not necessarily widely understood, but that money does not come out of any central pot. It comes out of the local education budget for that area. So if you have a free school, the other schools have budget restrictions as a result. What's to do about this? We need a change of government. We don't need the continuing austerity-driven Conservative government that's got us to this place. Remember, there have been 6 years of the Conservatives now. They have driven these policies and they've got us to where we are. We need a change. I'm the candidate for the Green Party. The Green Party is fully committed to the highest educational standards and to funding them. And if elected as your MP, I will speak up for education. I will demand proper funding for our local schools, and I will do all that I can to achieve that. If you want to know more about the thinking of the Green Party, then please visit the Green Party website. I will provide the links to the Green Party website, to my own campaign blog, and any other information in the notes under this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you watch because you care about education, and I'd like you to know that I care very much about education. I have 4 kids that have been through a number of local schools and universities and colleges, and the difference that a good education can make is really apparent to me. So please think about voting for me, Chris Jerry, for the Green Party on the 8th of June in the general election. I'm your candidate in Mid Sussex. Thank you very much for watching.